the beautiful gardens of Aranjuez. It is located on the fertile valley of the Tagus River in Madrid, Spain. In the vicinity, there is another river, Hamara, and Tagus and Hamara join together in a confluence. Aranjuez is nearby, and it is not only a garden, it is a complex with parks, spacious parks, beautiful gardens of different kind, horticultural, agricultural, with thickets and ground cover, shrubs that blossom different seasons. Tagus River, it is the longest river in the Iberian Peninsula. It flows about 1,000 kilometers and empties into the Atlantic Ocean. Lot of warships has departed from the docks near Aranjuez. The navigators, the explorers, the adventurers, and the cartographers, they all know if they sail due southwest, they will reach land mass. That was the great continent of South America. The indigenous people have been living there for 15,000 years unbroken. First Spanish Pope, Alexander VI, with explicit encouragement and coordination or cooperation or the leadership of the Crown of Spain, they went on an expedition for gold, glory, and God. The Pope encouraged them to convert the godless people. He was referring to the indigenous people. They had actually gods. Each tribe has their own god. The only thing is that it is not the one the Christian believe in. He granted indulgences to the warriors, to the sailors, to the explorers, and asked them to convert the tribes into Christianity by persuasion, coercion, and proselytization. He even suggested convert them by any means, including fatal forces. So that resulted in the genocide of the tribal people. And the Central European people copied that formula and they went to the North America. Historians, researchers, and archaeologists find new evidence of torture and genocide of the indigenous people all over the Americas. So it is an occupied country. The Pope later even conferred sainthood upon the warriors who fought for God, converted the kings and queens and the tribes, sometimes by persecution, by incarceration, and even poisoning and killing, mass genocide. So that's a story which is really suppressed. Nobody admits, nobody wants to say it. And so everybody kept quiet, It will result in blasphemy. But truth needs to be known. Conclusive evidence starting to emerge in Canada, in the US, in the Central America, South America, and even some islands. There were civilizations, Aztec civilization centered in Mexico, Inca civilization centered around the Andean, like Peru, and Mayan civilization in the Central America. They were completely destroyed. Their kings were captured, persecuted, and forced them to convert. And the Pope used to send papal bulls, like the executive orders of these modern times. He wanted to read out his papal bulls to the indigenous people, and the bulls were all in Spanish or Latin, which the indigenous people didn't understand at all. It was a travesty. I mentioned this part of the history because the artifacts looted from this civilization are exhibited, maybe statues, coins, and all that, in the museums in Spain and Portugal, positive side of this garden. This garden is so beautiful. It is luxurious stay of the Spanish crown or royalty. They might be vacationing in summer or winter, maybe horse riding, bullfight, and they are looking for shade. So they built pavilion, kiosk, pergolas, trellis, and of course palaces with fountains. They protected the environment. That is one positive thing. They cultivated different gardens for different purposes. Prince Garden, Princess Garden, King's Garden, and that square, People Square, Market Square, museum, wineries, broad tree-lined avenues for walkaway. There is, of course, there was a royal convent, a royal church. Initially, this was built for and utilized only by the royalty. Later on, nobles were added. Now, UNESCO has named it World Cultural Site. So people can go, tourists can go there. Earlier times, people didn't know what exactly it is. They had fabled stories of, but never able to go there and enjoy it. A German playwright, Friedrich Schiller, he wrote a play, Don Carlos. It opens with the words, Die schöne Tage von Aranjuez sind nun zu Ende. The beautiful days of Aranjuez has come to an end. Austrian playwright Peter Handke, he wrote a play, Die schöne Tage von Aranjuez, the beautiful days of Aranjuez. And then the composer of this song, Concerto de Aranjuez, Joaquin Rodriguez. Apparently he visited the place and he fell in love with it. And now he went back. For some reason he couldn't go back, maybe advanced age or illness or some other reason. Anyway, he wrote it in a nostalgic tune for guitar and orchestra. It became so popular. I have some connection with this music. First of all, it is a good music. And I have seldom seen anybody playing it on accordion. I have heard guitar playing and trumpet playing, orchestra too. Another reason is that I like the theme, the mood of the song. It is nostalgic and it's melancholic. And it brings out memories of the past. That is the nostalgic thing. So people can enjoy it. Even though if you cannot go there, you get some idea of what it is and what you are missing. I adapted this song as a theme song for my second published book, The First Concert. The star singer, Elise, opens the week-long grand gala opening of the beautifully built, acoustically built, architecturally built, and visually superb concert hall in Kochi. That is a great distinction. That music is called Say, Just Say, I Heard You. I have a separate recording and then I can tell you the story of it. But this is the connection. I am playing just an adagio part of it.